We've all been there. You are in the middle of a heated disagreement when you lose respect for the opposing party. Sentences like, "I don't agree with you," or "your reasoning is just flawed," gets hurled up every now and then, causing distress in any situation. Take an example of the recent episode at the Oscars, where people are visibly outraged at Will Smith smacking Chris Rock across the face while still taking sides and even defending their favorite superstar's behavior in the episode. Whether it is about the latest elections or gender pay gap, human beings like to disagree, and sometimes rightfully so, as disagreements are vital to human reason. Without them, we will be kept in the dark. Socrates, the Greek philosopher, believed that the best way to dispel illusions was through the exchange of arguments. His took place in the town square of Athens, often with the city's most respected intellectuals. His favorite technique was to invite someone to say what they believed before asking them why and how they could be so sure. Eventually, under persistent questioning, the intellectual's reasoning would crumble and they would succumb. Even though Socrates himself was skeptical of democracy as a form of government, the idea that people with different views can disagree is essential to a democratic society. But what happens when a disagreement turns toxic or even harmful? A brain study done by the University of London found that if you disagree with someone, it might not make any difference how certain they say they are, as during disagreement, your brain's sensitivity to the strength of people's beliefs and opinions is reduced. But why do we disagree in the first place? Here are the top 4 reasons. Number 1. Different people have access to different facts, are exposed to different sources, and they have had different personal experiences. These can lead people to possess widely different worldviews, which forms the ideal framework for an argument. Number 2. Depending on one's upbringing and environment, people can value and care about completely different things. For example, you may value punctuality or being on time, whereas someone else might not see it as that big a deal, thus causing an argument. Number 3. The need to always be right. Some people grow up believing that knowing less about a subject makes them less worthy. These people care more about proving that they are not clueless about what's going on than the very topic they are arguing about. In other words, they only care about being right. Number 4. They outrightly hate each other. The disagreement is based on personality, past history with one another, or other factors that have nothing to do with the situation at hand. They just hate the other person. While some disagreements are playful, even constructive, others can emotionally drain you. Our core emotional need is to feel valued. When we don't, it's deeply unsettling and challenges our security and well-being. Each of us has a default lens through which we see the world. We call it reality, but in fact, it's a selective filter. However, we do have the power to view the world with different lenses. Using this lens requires asking yourself some questions when you are in an argument. Number 1. What are the facts in this situation? Number 2. What's the story I'm telling myself about these facts? Number 3. What is the other person who I disagree with is feeling, and in what ways does it make sense? Number 4. Regardless of how I feel about what's happening right now, how can I grow and learn from these experiences? Remember, in some ways, we will always be different. In other ways, we will always be the same. There is always room to disagree and blame, just as there is always room to take a new perspective and empathize. Understanding is always a choice. If you like this video, please don't forget to share and subscribe.